Okay. This is a tool dashboard. Before explain the tool dashboard, I'll open the file. First was ETL extract, transform, and load. Right? Extract means reading. Extract the data from multiple sources as an integration basis. Multiple sources like might be you will get the data through files. Might be you will get the data through database. Or might be you will get the data through APIs or cloud or FTP. Transfer from one server to another server. So as a first step, as a first point, while once you receive the file, once you receive the data through file, what kind of the analysis you will be do from your end, from your end. For example, this what is the basic analysis? This PC, this Windows. I'm a client for you, and I send the data to you over as mail file for files. This is a file you received, and from this file, my requirement is, I want only, department number 10 records load into the database. Just a simple transformation. In Talent, we have three types of the jobs: simple jobs, medium jobs, and complex jobs. Simple jobs, medium jobs, and complex jobs. As a simple, and sometimes you will receive the simple transformation, sometimes you will receive the medium transformation, sometimes you receive the complex transformations. And today requirement is as a simple requirement, and I want department number 10 records loaded into the database. Okay. You received a file. Once you receive the file, and how many records have in this file? How many records have in this file? How many records have in this file?
20 records. Hello, 20 records is there in this file.
Yeah. Okay, good, great. And what is the delimiter?
Comma is the delimiter.
Okay, great. Okay. And comma is the delimiter. And what the same delimiter have in the data as well, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's perfect. Let's give that 2 minutes of the time, 2 seconds, and please analyze. Again, I'll ask some questions. Carefully watch the data. Okay, here received the data as per as per our requirement is. My requirement is only department number 10 records load into the database. I'm sending the file to you, and once you receive the file, you're analyzing the file. This file having 20 records or 1 lakh records or million records or something else. Okay, that's not a matter. And what is the delimiter? What is the delimiter is a matter. What is the delimiter? Sometimes what happens, it is a comma is a delimiter. Sometimes what happens, some records having comma delimiter and some records having some columns having separated by full stop delimiter and some records separated by slash delimiter. Now say, what is the delimiter in this file? Every time is not a, you will not get the proper data. Every time you will not get a proper data. Yeah.
Okay.
Now say, what is the delimiter? Is a comma is delimiter or full stop or slash? You're confusing, right? So then immediately drop the mail to business team. Immediately drop the mail to business team. I can't able to find the delimiter because some columns separated by the comma delimiter and some columns separated by the full stop delimiter. Can you please confirm what is the delimiter? The source file. Got it? Then they'll update the file and they send the proper delimiter. They send the proper delimiter. This is the first analyzation. All the columns are separated by the comma delimiter or not. If if any columns are separated by any other values, or sometimes what happens, there is no delimiter between two columns. They forgot given the delimiter. Then also you will be confused, right? So that is the first analyzation. While once received a file, is all columns are separated by the same delimiter or not, and all the data also separated by the same delimiter or not. Got it? This is the first analysis. Okay, your first analysis has been done. Sometimes you will receive the proper columns and proper delimiters. Sometimes you will receive that delimiters are improper. Then immediately drop the mail to the business team. And editing, could you please confirm that what is the delimiter, the source file? And then there, revert back to the mail. This is the delimiter. Can you go ahead? Now, how to fetch this file to talent tool? Okay, now open the talent tool. Is it clear? Till now clear?
Yes,
Till
ma'am.
now, yeah. This is a talent tool. Okay, talent tool dashboard. And this tool dashboard having boxes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 boxes. And what are the boxes? I'll explain that. This is a repository. Before going to first line. First line is Talent Open Studio for Big Data. This is a version 6.4.1 and 2007 6 June 23 they are released. The talent company released the version to the open source, and this is their port number, released version port number, and this is our connection. Our project name connection is local. It's not a remote. Connection is local. Okay, and this is a repository window. Means all the code is saved in the repository. All the code files, jobs are saved in the repository window, and it is a designer window. Our jobs are designed in the designer window, and it is a palette window. All the components are available in palette, and it is a outline window. Means what is the for this job, for any particular job, to develop any particular job, which components are used, and that is a window. And this is a code viewer. And for this, code is automatically generated. We are not part of the code review. We are not part of a code review. Okay, and next, this is a configuration window. In configuration window, having four tabs: job tab, context tab, component tab, run tab. Job tab, context tab, component tab, and run tab. Okay, now in metadata section, and it is a file delimited, and sometimes you receive that delimited files, sometimes you receive that XML files and Excel files and JSON files. How to extract the data from delimited files, positional files, or XML files, or Excel files and JSON files. Going forward, we'll discuss every part, each and every part. Now, delimited, it is a delimited file. Source file is a delimited file. Then you will go to the delimited option. Each and everything, if once you are learning a tool means already predefined. You just configure the options. Tool means already predefined, and you just configure the options. And file delimited, right click, create file delimited, give the file name, demo file, then click on next. We have 4 steps to read the file. To fetch the file from local to talent tool, have 4 steps. First step is give the file name and click on next. And second step is browse the file. It's directly automatically redirected to the local star dot star. Demo file. Right? Click on open. And then next, click on next. Yeah, third step is what is the field separator? What is the field separator? What is the field separator or comma separator or attribute separator?
Comma separated.
Commas, right? Okay, click on comma. Then this file have header, right? This file have header, employee number, employee name. This is a header.
Yes,
And a
ma'am.
refresh. That's it. It comes to this tabular format. Then click on next, fourth step. First step is file name, second step browsing, and third step configure the file. And what is the field separator or column separator? And this file have header or no. That's it. Then click on next. And schema automatically generated the schema. Data types. Automatically generated the data types. Integer. What is mean by integer? Integer can allow only numbers. Integer can allow only numbers. Talent, it's automatically generated by the guess the data types. String means it allows numbers, characters, and special characters. Numbers, characters, and special characters. The data have numbers, the data have characters. See, where is I have those. It is an integer. Entire the column having only integers, and it is a string. It's allow the string allow the characters, numbers, and if having any special characters also, any special characters also, it's allowed. Fine. Okay. If once we receive that any special character in between the data and how to handle the data going forward, we'll discuss. And this is a salary integer. All the records having integers, and HRA. All the records having integers. Integer can allow only numbers. String can allow numbers, characters, alphabets, and special characters. Well, that you don't worry. Talent automatically guess the data types. Then what should you do? You will do the increase the length of the column. If you are not increase the length of the column, then you will get the exception is called number format exception. Number format exception. Then click on finish. That's it. Simple. To read the file, fetch the file. Okay, then next, design the job. Create the job. This is a job design. Here we have designed the jobs. Job underscore demo job. Job underscore demo. Okay, then click on finish. What is my requirement? I'm a client for you. What is my requirement? Job underscore demo. This is not. Oh, this job is locked. So I didn't close the job. Okay, what is my requirement? Just only department number 10 records. Okay, here fetch the file, demo file. This is a previous. Just drag and drop the file. All the jobs are designed by the drag and drop. We are not using any code while reading the file, while developing the file jobs and load the data into the database. We are not use any code. Okay, it's a demo file. Then next, our transformation is source is file and the target is database. Target is database. T Oracle output. Everything drag and drop design. The data flows from left to right. The data flows from left to right. Okay, the data flows from left hand side to right hand side. This is a source and target. Source is file, target destination is database. Now, in between, here the transformations. In single transformation, we are load the data into the database. And our requirement is filter the, I want only department number 10 records. In DB, you are good in DB and you write the SQL. Select the star from table name where department number equal to 10. You will fetch the records from DB, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes,
like
yes, yes.
Yeah, like here we are not using any SQL code as well, and entire all the transformations through the this icon is called component. This icon is called component. This icon is called the components, and all the transformations through components only. But what type of what is the requirement, and for this requirement which component to use, need to learn. That's it. Okay, now component name is I would like to call filter component to filter the records. Filter component, filter row. Okay. Now giving the connection, right click on icon. Someone called, what did they right click here? They didn't get the row. Don't do that. Right click on the blue color box. You should right click on the icon. Right click row main and double click. How to configure the component? How to configure the component? Here the just plus button. Click on plus button and click on here drop down box file, and you will get the department number. What is the value? Which value we need? Which value I want? 10. Department number 10 records, right? That's it. Talent will take care. Backend row filled. And double click. How to configure the DB? And it's already configured the DB from backend. You just give the table name. You just give the table name. Table name is demo table. Demo table. Copy the table name. Cross check the data into the table. Means unit testing. As a developer, before send to the QA, you should also do that unit testing. Copy and action on table having multiple options. I'll explain one by one. But as of now, I'll take the drop table if exists and create. Okay, now run the job. That's it. This is a runtime. Basic run. Click on run button. Oh, as compilation errors. Why? What is the compilation errors? Okay, I'm very poor to read this log. To fix the errors and export them. Okay, go to the code. How to debug the errors also. Go to the code. Here, some yellow color lines and some pink color lines. Just click on the pink color. Department number compare to 10. Now. Okay, that is the error. Double click. What is the schema? Oh, department number, it's a string. No, I took the wrong file, I think so. It is. Okay, so then what should you do? Edit schema. Department number is not an integer, it is a string. It's not a string, it is an integer. Department name, while might be mouse, it happens. It is a integer. Okay, then click on finish. Yes. Okay. Now run the job. Now check the schema. No, it is integer. Now run the job. What is error means? Error is I read this column as a string, but I'm expecting it is an integer. That is error. That is error. There is no error now. Now run the job. You have to get it. Oh, here as well. The password has expired. Okay. This password expired. I'll take the new connection. Delete this connection. How to get the connection? Create connection with new password. Connection name. Dev. Its item already exists. Okay. Delete means it's not permanently deleted. It's in recycle bin. Then click on next. And I'm providing the article with service name. And system. Our login, username is system, password, and server, localhost, and service XE. Then check the connection. Connection failure must be changed the database settings. It's a too long process. On database settings, I'll go to that from scratch level. It's taking a time. I don't have the much time. I don't want to waste of your time. Okay, just remove. And before that, I'll take the log row to print the values in run console. And here also we can test the unit testing. Double click. Now run the job. I'm not using here database because my database connection already expired. I'll check the from scratch level. Yeah, see, as of my requirement is I want only department number 10 records. And configure the component. Just load the data into the database. Now I'm receiving a file in 20 records, but load the data in 5 records. What about the 15 records? Those 15 records also will give that answerable to the client. I'm asking where, okay, as per my expectation, you load the did the transformation well, fine, and load the data, 5 records or 10 records or some lakhs of records. Okay, that's fine. What about the remaining records? It's not matching source to target. Count is not matching source and target. Count is not matching source and target. Into the separate database. So here, right click, row, reject records. Double click, table format. That's it. Now my count will be matched. See here, I'm sending the 20 records to you and you did the transformation. Proper records are loaded in the 5 records and these are not equal to 0. Not equal to 0. See? Double click, unit testing. These are proper records and these are not my expectation. These are expected records. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That is the talent jobs. This is a way to read the file and do the transformations and check the counts. What is the source count and target count and load the data into the database. But as of now, my database connections are spoor or my password has expired. I'll check. I'll set the password from scratch level. Okay, anyone having any doubt? This is a talent jobs flow, data flows of the talent jobs. Here we are not using any coding and anything. Any questions?
How a hard job will look like? Can you just explain in a minute or something, like how it will look like? Complex job, I mean, it will be
That's based on requirement calculations.
okay.
That's based on requirement calculation. It's having one component or using 2 components. It's a simple jobs. 3 components or 4 components are using the medium jobs. Complex job having the above 5 components based on the requirement, based on the calculations only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. You
Yes.
created a job, right? But if you want to schedule this job, then how we schedule the jobs as per the requirement?
Oh, sorry, repeat the question.
Can we schedule this job like
Schedule.
yes?
Yeah, for schedulers, each and every uh, project are follow the some scheduler tools. Like some projects are follow the talent administration center tag. Some projects are follow that intermediate softwares to schedule like Autosys and Controlium. And some projects are followed their own developer schedulers. And like for example, here also we have a one scheduler in task scheduler. Task scheduler and create the task and give the task name here. What is the demo? schedule the jobs. Go to the triggers, new. Go to the triggers and new. You want to run this job daily? Okay, select the daily basis. You want to run this job only weekly once? Okay, select that on which day you want to run. And you want to run the monthly and which day you want to run in month. And select that. This is a January month. And on which day? Today is 21st. I want to run this 22. Second, tomorrow I would like to run this job. On which time? Means first off, second off, third off, fourth off, last. I want to second and Tuesday, Wednesday. And then click on OK. Then click on OK. And then click on see status is enabled. Runs details. Runs on second Wednesday each of starting. So that is edit. I want run daily basis. I want run daily basis. On which time you want to run? On which time you want to run? I want every day from tomorrow onwards. Every day I want to run 9 o'clock. 9:30. Schedule this. Just click on OK. Just click on OK. That's it. It's a scheduler. It's having a one intermediate there. We are scheduling the jobs. This is our task scheduler, and go to the see here, create the task. If having using the tag also, they're having a add task. And if you are using that auto sys, add the job. And if you are using that control M, and add the task. Just create the task and add the task. We have a pop-ups, and while giving the KT as well, they explained and how to schedule your jobs, because and some folks are coming to that different backgrounds, different scheduler backgrounds. Some folks are coming to the different scheduler backgrounds. So they will give the KT for you and you can understand. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
these are my previous jobs. See, a bill job, denormalizer, agree job, and I deployed these jobs. I schedule these jobs.
okay.
Yeah.
In a real-time project, what
Mm.
kind of flat files you received and what kind of data you stored in using ETL2 in the target system, target database?
Mostly bank data, pharmacy data. Most of the ETL projects are configure ETL projects are mostly bank data processing and pharma data.
Have you stored configuration data for testing purpose as per the requirement?
Have you stored that?
Configuration, like there is a configuration table, static table is there, you have to store. Have you stored like that data before in
No, I didn't get your point. Can you please elaborate?
static data, like one time you want to store. After that, they don't want to data like that.
Static data.
Yes, a static table. Once they want one time use. After that, they don't want to use that data like that. Have you stored like that data?
Means you are asking, as of my understanding, once you receive the data in the format of database table, and that data will be used multiple times, or that data will be used only one time?
One time. Yes.
Only one time. Okay. Only one time, that's the individual tables. Individual tables, static tables only, the data in but that particular requirement only using. Then next another requirement you will be receive another table.
Okay.
Right. You will receive another table. There are two types of the jobs, static jobs and dynamic jobs. Dynamic static jobs means only the particular job requirement only we are using the static jobs. Dynamic jobs means generic jobs, like we are using the data. If one table, we are using multiple times. We are getting the data from that table using the primary keys. With primary key only, we are fetching the that particular table data.
Okay.
Right. That concept is called joins. Okay, thank you. Thanks for joining. Any questions? And tomorrow I have an installation class, how to install the software. Okay, if you want to interest,
Okay.
and yeah, register and attend the tomorrow's installation class.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for joining. Bye bye. Tomorrow we'll meet.
Thank you.
Thank you.